Hi guys, welcome back to Cernys Kids. We're gonna do a virtual road trip to Idaho today.
Hi guys, we're going to Idaho. We are going to talk about Idaho, but if you haven't already, go to our website. You can download your map and you can follow along on your own journeys or follow us on ours. All right guys, let's find Idaho on our map.
Right, Oregon, Washington, Montana,
Wyoming,
Utah, and Nevada.
Okay, we're going to the northwest of the U.S. We are going to Idaho. Its border states are Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, and Canada to the north. The capital of Idaho is Boise, and it's nicknamed the Gem State. There are over 72 gemstones that actually come from Idaho. So you can find garnet, which is red, opal, they're usually white, but they have a lot of different colors, jade, which is typically green, topaz, which is blue, tourmaline, which is, I think it's normally like a purplish color, zircon, which is a blue color, so lots of cool stones that you can find. So
Jade's my horse.
Jade is your horse, that's right. It was the 43rd state that it was admitted to the Union, and it was admitted in July 3rd of 1890. So, some cool, quick facts about Idaho. So today, we're going to talk about a few things. The first thing we're going to talk about is Craters of the Moon National Monument. So again, this is a national park service. So if you go to nps.gov, you can find some information about Craters of the Moon. So this national park is kind of cool. Basically, they say that it looks like you're visiting the moon. And the reason why is because it's a one-of-a-kind park that is a volcanic preserve. And what that means is it's got 53,000 acres. So it's about the size of Rhode Island. We've been to Rhode Island. And it's that big, full of volcanic formations and lava flows. And so it's about 15,000 to 2,000 years old, depending on the lava flow. So kind of cool. You can go to it on the website, nps.gov, and check it out. When you go to the website, there's a lot of things you can do. When you go there in person, of course, you can hike, you can camp, you can go into the caves. They're known for their bats. So that's something you can see if you do go there yourself. But if you go on their website, they have some apps where you can explore some of the crater rocks, which is kind of cool. So you can explore some of the craters of the moon rocks that are there. Take a look at some of the wildflowers. They also have some videos. They have a Crater of the Moon movie, which looks fun. You can look at some of the volcanism at Craters of the Moon, look at the bats and all of that stuff. So depending on what your interest level, there's a lot there on the website. So, you guys, have you guys heard of Sacagawea?
No.
No? Have you heard of Pocahontas?
No. Yes, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Remember what Pocahontas did? You remember who she was?
A princess?
Well, of course, in Disney terms, she's always a princess, right? No, but she was an Indian, an American Indian.
I know that. Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So Sacagawea is very similar to
she
Pocahontas.
real?
Yes.
She used to.
Yep. So Sacagawea, we're going to talk about Sacagawea. She was a Native American woman as well. And she is known for helping Lewis and Clark on their expedition. So Sacagawea was born in 1788. And she died, they don't know really when she died. They don't know if she died when she was 25 in 1812 or if she died in 1884. So there's mixed interpretations of if she passed away or if she lived on and changed her name and lived with a different Indian tribe. So kind of cool. But she was one of the main people that helped guide Lewis and Clark along the Louisiana Purchase territory, and she helped them with interpreting with other Indian tribes to make it along their way. So it's kind of cool. She was part of the Lahimi Shoshini, and I could be saying that wrong. And what that means in their language is eaters of salmon. So she was part of the Eaters of Salmon Indian tribe. And so she was born in what is now known as Idaho. And so at 16, like I said, she met Lewis and Clark, who were explorers, and she was a Shoshone interpreter, and she helped them explore the Louisiana Territory. And so because of what she was doing, she ended up traveling thousands of miles. And at that point in time, that was a long way. I mean, can you imagine walking or riding a horse for thousands of miles?
I would ride my horse. Oh, yeah,
that's a long way. So she's...
No, I know who she is.
Okay. Well, she went everywhere from North Dakota all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Can you imagine?
I know that.
Yep. And in 1959, she was inducted into the Hall of Great Westerners and the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. And then in 2003, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. So kind of a really cool person. Again, if you go online, there's a lot of different videos that you can find, mostly on YouTube, about Sacagawea. And a lot of kids know of the Pocahontas story, so they'll relate to Sacagawea in that way. The last thing that we're going to talk about, and this is why we have potatoes on... Potatoes, right? We have potatoes on our table, is because Iowa, the state food of Idaho, I'm sorry, I called it Iowa. Idaho is the Idaho potato.
Iowa is right here.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about Iowa in a few days. I was a little bit ahead of myself. Jamie, do you want to tell your potato joke really quick? Maybe tell it to Cora, and if she doesn't get it, you can tell her the punchline.
Why was a potato such a bully? Because it's a potato. Because it wasn't a sweet potato.
Pretty funny, Jamin. That's pretty silly. So anyways, let's talk about potatoes. We eat potatoes, don't we?
Yes. I like mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes? Do you like...
Same as like you.
Hey, Cora, do you like French fries?
No.
Do you like potato chips? Yeah. How about baked potatoes? I know you... Yeah. Jamin likes baked. You guys.
I love
potatoes can become, they can be found in many forms of food for us. Of course, we talked about mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, French fries, hash browns, tater tots, potato chips, potato salad. There's potatoes in a lot of things. And so that's the most common ways that potatoes are used. And Idaho is known for their potatoes. So potato is a root vegetable. And it's packed with vitamins and minerals, particular potassium, vitamin C, and fiber. So they're really good for you. In Idaho specifically, sells or grows about 1/3 of the potatoes that are grown within the U.S. a year. So about 27 billion potatoes are grown in Idaho a year.
Wow.
I know, that's a lot. And so they ship quite a few of them too to various states. That's how we get our potatoes. There are 30 different varieties of potatoes. And why do you think that they're good for Idaho? Do you remember what we talked about the craters of the moon? What was there? The volcanoes?
The volcanoes, yeah.
Yep. So the rich volcanic soil is what helps produce really good potatoes in Idaho. Not only that, but the water that melts from the snow caps on the mountains, the clean air, the sunny days, and the cool nights are ideal for growing potatoes. There are other uses for potatoes. A lot of people use them for different kinds of drinks. They're used for animal food. They're used as starch. So cool things that you can find about that. They have it's called the Idaho Potato Museum. You can go there and check out some things they have. But also, there is a ton of resources that are available on, hold on, let me pull it up. It is idahopotato.com. If you go to idahopotato.com, they have a ton of fun things for kids to do. Such as you can build your own baked potato. There's recipes that you can help mom and dad make some potato things. There are some fact sheets and some fun contests that you can participate. So honestly, I would suggest just to get your kids involved in doing some additional things with food. I know my kids sometimes don't like to have things that are called vegetables, but if you can make it fun for them, IdahoPotato.com has a lot of different things that might entice kids. So, what did you guys think about Idaho?
I don't like potatoes.
Fun? Good stuff.
Fun.
All right, guys, I think we're done with this edition of Cernys Journeys Virtual Road Trip Idaho. Sorry, we're throwing potatoes. Oh. All right, guys, let's
One more.
All right, let's say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thumbs up. Bye.